Entertainment. I'm your host, Stacey Campbell Marshall. A man from the United States detained for months in a Syrian prison after entering the country on foot has described being freed by hammer-wielding men as rebels overthrew the regime of Bashar al-Assad. The man, who later identified himself as Travis Timmerman to the BBC's U.S. partner CBS, was found by residents near the capital, Damascus. It comes as rebels say they intend to close Assad's notoriously harsh prisons and track down those involved in torturing or killing detainees. Ewan McGregor has described live theater as good for the soul as he announced a return to the London stage for the first time in 17 years. The Scottish actor, who has starred in Trainspotting and Moulin Rouge, is set to star in My Master Builder in London's West End between April and July next year. McGregor said this is the longest he hasn't been on stage, and he actually missed it. Inspired by Henrik Ibsen's 1892 play, The Master Builder, the new show is written by U.S. playwright Leela Rychek and will be directed by Michael Grandage. Indian teenager Gukesh Domaraju has become the youngest ever world chess champion after beating defending champion China's Ding Liren in a dramatic turn. The 18-year-old is 4 years younger than the former record holder Russian Grandmaster Garry Kasparov, who was 22 when he won the title in 1985. The Chennai prodigy has long been a superstar in the chess world, having attained the status of chess grandmaster at the age of 12. And coming up on today's show, we'll take a peep at cool interior designs for the holidays. And we are at the end of our book of the month. You're watching What's Trending. More after the break.
Good to grow, keeping you in the know, keeping you in the know. God, it's good enough to eat, then it's good to grow. It's good enough to eat, then it's good to grow.
The Ministry of Agriculture and Marine Resources recently launched its biggest grant distribution ever through its grant program. Agriculture Minister Jomo Campbell, at a press conference on Monday, told reporters that this program was established because of a growing need for capital in the industry.
The ministry has hit the ground running by speaking to farmers, fishers, and cooperatives to determine what were some of their paramount needs. We sought not only to help existing food producers, but those who also wanted to jumpstart their businesses. And so today, the ministry is committing $1.5 million to assist food producers.
The ministry has identified 19 farmers, 33 fishers, and 15 cooperatives throughout the country to benefit from this program.
This wide cross-section speaks volumes as to the number of Bahamians who are aligned with our vision to obtain food security and ultimately reduce the cost of living in our beautiful country. Through this grant, the Davis administration is providing support for projects that prioritize sustainable agriculture and fishing.
And according to Agriculture Project Officer Leon Ramming, there's a wide range of businesses included in that number.
We also have some 15 cooperatives, two from the province, the rest from the Family Islands, in which we wanted to assist so that we could get more community growth on the Family Islands. We also have coconut vendors that we gave some amounts to, and we expect to see some profitability because we are aware of the coconut and the peanut vendors, and we wanted to let them know that we see them out there. And also the preserves and the jam vendors, we also wanted to cater a little bit to them as well. So we tried our best to touch every aspect of the agriculture and marine life as possible.
Keeping you in the know with Good to Grow, I'm Leah Cooper.
It's time to transfer your home into a festive wonderland. This year, trending design ideas are all about blending festive charm with modern elegance. From cozy textures and bold color schemes to eco-friendly decor, there's a design trend to fit every style. In studio, we have Laurie Tynes, founder of LT Design Studio, who's going to help us explore the top tips and must-have trends to help create the perfect holiday atmosphere in our home. Hi, Laurie. Welcome to What's
Hi.
Trending.
Thank you for having me.
So first tell me, how did you get into design? Because, you know, a lot of creative fields, it's just like, this is really serious. You have to really be confident in your skill to go into interior design. So how did you get there?
Well, I took an art class in high school, and I loved it. And it just so happened that they also had an interior design course at the neighbor college. So I took that, and I really, really enjoyed it. So since I was 15, I always wanted to be an interior designer.
Oh, that's nice. So your journey, how did your journey lead into you opening your own design firm?
Well, I started my career early on in the States, so I did a lot of interning there, and then some in Nassau as well. And in 2015, I started my company.
Okay, so you've been doing it for a while.
Yes.
So I've always wanted to ask this question. So when you have a project that you're working on, and say like a person like me, I don't really know, I know what I like, but I don't know how to pull it together. So when you're dealing with a home and the owner is like, well, I like this and I want this, but you know that maybe it doesn't work well together, how do you deal with that?
Well, it depends on the client, really and truly, the personalities. So we feel the client out and see how best to respond. But the reality of the matter is that we give several options, and we kind of push them and guide them in a way where it's going to be aesthetically pleasing. We also do 3D rendering, so they can actually visualize it as well. Yeah. And I think that's very important, so that they understand what the style is going to look like once it's completed.
Okay, so let's talk about the biggest trends we're seeing in holiday decor. Can you share some of those with us?
So I'm seeing a lot of pink actually this year. A lot of pink, a lot of sparkles, a lot of glitter. But I'm a traditionalist, so I'm going to show you a little bit of the traditional feel today.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. And how do you approach holiday decorating differently, compared to decorating a regular home and styling a regular home?
Well, Christmas is over the top, so you can be really extra with it, and so I tend to add a lot more layers than I would usually add to style a home. I would add extra pillow here, or extra light here, a little piece of accessory, more candles out, yeah.
So, I know you talked about seeing more pinks and more sparkles, but are there really any rules? Because so many people like different styles when it comes. Are there any like hard and fast rules when it comes to holiday decorating?
I think you do what you love. I think it's really more important to be with friends and family during the season and cherish who you have with you at this time. That actually tonight we're doing our Christmas tree lighting, and the kids are decorating the tree. So it's the enjoyment of the family around, the kids around, and that's more important than necessarily exactly getting it perfectly right. I think people get caught up with that part of it, but it's going to be perfect if you actually have the feel of the holidays more so than that exact item.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. So let me ask you a question. I know as Bahamians, this time of year particularly, we love to fix up and do things, but the money is not always there to do a full overhaul. What tips can you give us if you just want to freshen up your space and make it look a little, special for the holiday season? So
that's where accessories come in. They're not that expensive, and you're able to just change out very easily, like pillows or candles, little items that you find that wouldn't cost too much. Or if you want to paint a wall or wallpaper, you can do an accent wallpaper wall.
That's really popular.
Right, yeah. So you can do little things during the holidays to spruce up your space that doesn't cost too much.
Okay, that's really good ideas. Now, you mentioned your kids, so I always like to ask women that are, especially business owners, how do you balance that work life and kids, all of that together? How are you doing that?
So it never really fits a perfect balance, but I try to spend as much time as possible with the kids while also being able to run the business. So it sometimes is a challenge, but I enjoy having both.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So let's go back to design. When you're thinking about, in-home design, how do you balance like the holiday decor with the modern elements in a lot of the homes that we're seeing, around this time?
Well, you decorate your home for Christmas as if you would decorate your home in general. So it's just accenting the existing space.
Okay.
So if you have a modern home, usually people buy modern Christmas decor. They go with less traditional colors. And if you have more of a coastal home, you still can add like a Christmas tree, but it could be a Christmas tree out of shells.
Oh.
So yes, I have one of those actually because I like the coastal style.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Okay, I love that. And I do when I look on your website. And let's talk about where people can find you on social media, because when I look onto your site, I love the coastal beach theme. It always feels very true here in the Bahamas, but yet very modern and very elegant. So I do love that. So tell us where we can find you on social media.
You can find me at LT Design Studio on Instagram, and then Laree Tynes Design on the internet.
Okay.
And Facebook, same.
Oh, nice,
Yeah.
nice. So we've got so much more. She's going to be showing us how we can elevate our spaces during the holiday season. Don't go anywhere.
It's a different kind of Christmas, but everything is here to bring a smile upon your face. That's what the season brings now. See, Christmas time is the time for your family and friends. Come and shop with us and find everything that you need. Deck out your homes with all we have in store, bringing joy and so much more. And shop Smarty, and shop Smart, and shop Smart. Oh, everything is here at Shop Smart. And shop Smart, and shop Smart. Oh, everything is here.
Chapter 1 Bookstore at University of the Bahamas believes in the power of words. They have your next great adventure or that affordable textbook you need. You can go anywhere with a good book. To the library, to have coffee in a cafe, to the pool, to a cozy chair at home. And when you finish your book, you can browse for more good books from Chapter 1. Chapter 1 Bookstore, open Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., Saturday, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m., or shop online all day, every day at chapter1books.store.
You've got termites and need to get rid of them fast? Trust Rent-A-Kill Initial. With over 60 years experience in the Bahamas, the global brand, training, and expertise can't be beat. Only Rent-A-Kill Initial gives you a 3-year warranty and payment plan options on termite fumigation. No one can match the range of treatments we offer, such as fumigation, pre-construction treatments, termite monitoring, and more. No matter where you are in the Bahamas, we will come to you. When it comes to complete termite eradication, there's only one name, Rent-A-Kill Initial.
With Laurie, and she has transformed our space with her expert design tips and tricks to showcase the latest trends and creative ideas to elevate your space or home. So Laurie, why did you use these ideas, these pillows, to just change out our very plain gray sofa? So teach us about that.
Well, Christmas, this always reminds me of Christmas red and green, and then we've got a little bit of fluff, so it gives you a little bit of
you've got the traditional,
comfort.
and then you've got this fluff, which is like really cool.
Right, and then something that says Merry. We got this from the Bluestone home.
I love them.
Yeah.
And let's talk about the elements here on the table, because that's simple, but it's really gorgeous.
Right, so I think that you can add, just for a modern home, something just simple on your coffee table to add that Christmas feel without creating clutter.
Yeah. So I want to ask you, so like in my home, I've got that maximalist style, which I know for a lady like you who loves modern things, it probably would drive you crazy, but I always feel like my home is never done. So what advice do you have for a person like me who feels like it's not done, it's not finished?
Well, I think that you should step back and take a look at the space overall and really think about what items you really, really love. I think you should only keep items that you absolutely love in your home.
Okay, that's great advice.
Yeah, and so I think if you have a lot of stuff from, like you mentioned, your travels, I think adding those layers are what makes your space feel like home.
Yeah, and reflects me and what we love as a family.
Yeah, so just when you get home, take a step back and take a look at what you do have and see if there's an item that you particularly don't like anymore, and then that's how you edit.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let me ask you a question about your home. As an interior designer, I mean, do you change your home out all the time?
I wouldn't say all the time, but I think sometimes I really get it where it's like, okay, this room needs a little bit of a fluff again.
Okay.
Yeah, but once I have it, like for instance, my kitchen has been the same for years, the bathrooms and whatnot, because the overall look for me is how I designed it, so I never really had to move it around. But I did recently change my living room area and my master bedroom. Yeah.
All right. So let me ask you, when you go into a home and it's a total blank space, like let's say a new build, how do you even begin to conceptualize what it's going to look like? What's your process like?
Well, we start with a plan. So basically we start with the architectural plans, creating floor plans, and talking to the client, figuring out what direction they want to go to. Usually when people meet up with me, they already have an idea of what they want because they've seen what I've done before, or they have ideas that they want to create on their own, and they felt like I was the right person for them, the right fit. So I usually create 3 options for a client so that they're able to like fine-tune their ideas, and sometimes they take from each board, but the reality is that they all kind of flow and they're aesthetically pleasing all together, and then, you know, if they want to pick from each area, they can.
And do you prefer to start with like the clean slate, or do you like going in and just helping people to kind of figure it out?
I like the variety. So currently right now I have projects that are under construction, new build, and also some renovations. So I like variety. It keeps me up to date on different trends as well, and also be a trend breaker, you know what I mean? Set trends. Okay. Trendsetter.
Yes, trendsetter. All
yeah,
right. So let's talk
trendsetter.
about how pillows can transform a space. Because like we said, this is a very plain gray sofa. What can people do if they like just want to freshen up, like we said, freshen up their look? And how do you choose pillows? What are the rules when it comes to? Because I think we get stuck in thinking that there are these hard set rules.
Yeah, I don't think it's much rules. Like to me today, like I really felt very traditional, and then to add a little oomph and texture, I felt like I wanted to add this fluff for a pillow. So I think sometimes people get in their head and overthink design, where it's really what you love in your space and what makes it feel like home. So for me, today this was the vibe that I'm feeling, but trending lately, it's been a lot of sparkles.
What's trending lately?
Yeah.
And these elements here, you had mentioned that they don't take up a lot of space for storage, which is cool. So
Right.
you can put them away and then bring them back out.
Right.
So that's candles. You've got like a little, what is it, snow globe?
Snow
there.
globes, yeah.
Which
The kids
everyone
really
loves.
love them too,
So
yeah.
it's so reminiscent of childhood, and we love that. Good. So we want to know where we can reach you at social media.
LaReeTynesDesign.com and LT Design Studio on Instagram.
All right. Well, we thank you so much for your time and for coming out and teaching us all these little elements that we can make to make our holiday home fresh and new and comfy for the season. You're watching What's Trending, and we'll have more after the break. Thanks, Laurie.
Thank you.
Over a decade ago, the Bahamas Striping Group of companies was birthed out of a passion to change the way we travel. From only a $5,000 grant, the tenacity and work ethic has propelled BSGC to one of the leading road management companies in the Caribbean. We pride ourselves on going the extra mile where others won't, through the use of our state-of-the-art equipment and our certified team. Although the success is commendable, the road has been long. Yet, the mission continues in striving to be a world-class organization ran by Bahamians for Bahamians. With the help of our experienced and hardworking team, we at the Bahamas Striping Group of Companies are committed to making a difference, one road at a time.
Hi, I'm Brent Burrows, Vice President of Retail and Sales at CBS Bahamas and the CBS Pro Store. Not only do we guarantee the best prices on all your favorite building materials, but we're proud to offer the best delivery program in all of Nassau. Whether you buy one box of screws or a truckload of plywood, island-wide delivery is just $5. And for our Family Island customers, we're proud to offer complimentary drop-off to the mailboat of your choice. Visit us today at the CBS Pro Store on Robinson Road and check out our website to set up your next delivery.
Thank you for joining us for our last book of the month for 2024. Our first book for the What's Trending Book Club was Queen of Exiles by Vanessa Riley, and we followed that up with Yellowface by R.F. Kuang. Both books took us on fascinating journeys and got 5 stars from me. Our third and current book is In 5 Years by Rebecca Searle, a New York Times best-selling author. Let me share my wrap-up of this well-written novel. In 5 Years by Rebecca Searle is about Danny, a super organized lawyer who has her life planned out to the minute. She lands her dream job and gets engaged, but that same night she has this super vivid dream about being with another guy 5 years in the future. The dream shakes her up, but she tries to brush it off and flash forward a few years, and Danny meets the guy from her dreams. But guess what? It turns out he's her best friend's new boyfriend. Talk about awkward, oh my goodness. Danny's life starts to take some unexpected twists as she tries to figure out what that dream meant and what she really wants. Danny spends a lot of the book grappling with her feelings and the unexpected direction her life is taking. Her relationship with her best friend Bella is also a big focus, especially as they navigate the ups and downs of their friendship. The story's got this emotional depth as Danny tries to reconcile her carefully laid plans with the curveballs life throws at her. It's really about learning to embrace uncertainty and discovering what's truly important. So at the end, Danny learns that life's unpredictability can lead to beautiful, unexpected moments. She realizes that sometimes the best plans are the ones you never made. It's a story about love, friendship, and finding out that life doesn't always go according to plan. In 5 Years leaves you with a sense of embracing life's surprises and staying true to yourself, that staying true to yourself can lead to a fulfilling and heartfelt life. This has been a fun experience, y'all, and I know many of you were shy about coming to talk to me on TV about the books, but I've read and responded to all of your messages online, and thank you for reading along with me. Remember that whenever you read a good book, somewhere in the world a door opens to allow in more light. There's more after the break.
Here at Immigration Care Service, you can trust us, especially if you have experienced issues or problems with the U.S. immigration at the borders. We'll do our best to provide options and solutions to immigration roadblocks so travelers can continue visiting the U.S. and residents can continue living their lives in the U.S. without worries. The best part? Our services are affordable and accessible. Take the mystery, confusion, and fear out of your immigration concerns. Contact Immigration Care Service today.
Chapter 1 Bookstore at University of the Bahamas believes in the power of words. They have your next great adventure or that affordable textbook you need. You can go anywhere with a good book. To the library, to have coffee in a cafe, to the pool,